3 times. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right, yeah. And if I don't, just kidding. Anyways, you ready?
Yeah.
You want some hot sauce?
I'll get it during the show.
Okay. What's up, everyone? Good morning, good morning, good morning.
What up?
How are you guys? Okay, y'all, today we are eating spaghetti and some fried fish.
Made by yours truly, hers truly.
Made by me truly.
I don't know how to say
Some fried fish, and spaghetti in the vegan world.
I'm ready for it. I'm here for it right now.
Y'all, this ain't no fried fish. This falafels.
Fried
My
fish.
husband don't even know. He don't cook a thing. He don't know nothing. Don't cook a thing. This boy is hungry.
I am hungry.
This is his first meal today, y'all.
Yeah.
But it's okay. He gonna eat.
Got some kombucha here.
Some kombucha. What kind of kombucha you got?
I got gingerade.
And I got
Never
ginger
tasted it.
berry.
Never tasted it before. So we about to see. I actually love ginger.
Now he said that's why he got the ginger. Why you do it like that?
What? Like what? Because it's foamy. I don't know. You know.
This stuff make you burp. You want to say
It
grace,
does.
baby?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this food and drink. We ask you bless my wife who cooked it and served it in Jesus' name. We pray. Amen.
Amen and thank God.
Woo! Let's get this thumbnail in here.
Let's get this thumbnail.
Let's get this thumbnail in
We
here.
gonna have to do a couple of thumbnails, y'all.
Okay.
I'm doing like Dalvin.
That's Dalvin.
You know how he always tell you do this, do some crazy stuff.
It'd be about 50 different poses.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. What's that? Did I get approval? No. Sending me.
Why they don't send that stuff on my watch, do they?
What?
My watch lame.
No, you gonna get it. You gotta turn it on. All right. So we gonna do another one. We'll do another one.
I just did one. Oh.
What's your hand up for?
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Let's call it. It might come out right. We're gonna see. Yeah, you should be getting all that stuff, them notifications.
I don't get nothing.
Anyway.
Y'all look at this hot spaghetti. Look at this hot and ready spaghetti on your face. Hot and ready, hot and ready.
Hot and ready is
Hot and
right,
ready spaghetti.
Boy. Ooh, that's scald your mouth spaghetti.
Women.
Hit it though.
I'm gonna talk about some stuff today.
You are?
I'm gonna talk about
Well, why you
submitting
talking?
to a man.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Cause you know what?
Yeah, let's talk about that. That's good.
Cause y'all, we watched this movie.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's talk about that.
And we want y'all to watch this movie.
But I gotta eat something first though. At least a bite. Just a bite.
Just a bite. Just a bite. It's good, cheesy.
It don't taste like no different than the spaghetti.
It is spaghetti.
I'm saying like vegan spaghetti. It don't taste no different.
Than the regular spaghetti.
No?
Look at that. You want some hot sauce? A little bit? Just a little bit.
A lot of it.
I don't like to give you a lot of bit.
That's it.
That lot of bit don't work.
Yeah, I do. Got falafel. Y'all know about them falafels.
You like it? So I brought the falafels that was in the box, y'all. You mix it with water. It already has the mixture, but you gotta let it sit for a half hour. That's the only downfall. So if you hungry, you better put that falafel mix up and mix it well, and let it sit to the side for a while before you start. Before you start, probably 20-30 minutes before you start cooking.
So you can throw it on. It's got a thicken.
It had a thicken. Yep.
Ooh yeah, I like that.
What?
That spice just hit me.
It hits you later on.
That.
Spaghetti's good.
Very good. kind you got? Gingerberry?
Gingerberry.
Let me see. Let me see what this ginger ale is working with.
I like my gingerberry, but I love pineapple. That's good.
That's bomb. Oh yeah. That's good.
You usually like Triology.
Trilogy.
Trilogy? I thought it was Triology. Trilogy? You know what? It does. It does have a better taste than, what's that one that we said was nasty?
Oh. I
forgot the one we said.
I made sure not to buy it though.
I know. I forgot that. You know how it look.
Man, it's so nice to have someone to cook for you.
Y'all. Let me tell y'all. I'm gonna say this. It takes. I feel that like my husband's kind of an old-fashioned man. And what I mean by old-fashioned, he likes, you know, his meals to be cooked and everything. Y'all, it takes a lot for you to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't always like that. When we first got married, I didn't know how to serve a man. It's something that you have to learn how to do. And then something that's taught. You like, okay, what I'm supposed to do with this man you done gave me. And you try to do good, you know, and you know what? I think it can be an up and down in a marriage.
As far as what?
You know, like as the marriage get older, as you get into a marriage and you've been married for so long, sometimes the submission falls off.
Really?
Just like you say the word really. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
Submission can fall off just like a man's respect for the woman can fall off.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because they don't do what they used to do to get.
I think that's what it is.
They don't do this and what they do. You know what I'm saying?
I think
and
that's
so
what it is.
if your dad falls off, you be like, okay, so you used to do this for me, and then you don't do that for me no more. And then sometimes the woman can feel some type of way and say, well, you know what? I ain't finna cook your meal. Why should I cook a meal for you when you ain't doing those things you used to do for me? Do for me. But I guess things changes when you become a Christian, because if you look it in the eyes of you serving this man in front of God, and this is God's man.
That's a very different perspective. But I think that's the difference all around to me, because in relationships, you're governed by something.
Yeah.
In your relationship, you have a set of rules that you and your partner have decided to go by, whatever those rules are. And in the Christian relationships, the set of rules are dictated by what the word says. So it's a very different thing, because I'm individually accountable, she's individually accountable, we're accountable together as a couple too.
Right.
So I don't have to be the one to like hit her over the head, or she ain't got to do the same thing to me to keep us in line, because we're accountable to God. So it's a very different situation. Right.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm happy to cook for him. I'm happy to do stuff for him, because he's happy to do things for me as well. You know, it's like a give and take relationship or whatever. But even then, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's not easy getting to this point. But if you really want to do it the right way in God's eyes, and you know what I'm saying, you gonna do this, you gonna take care of that man of God. That's it. You know, sometimes we have to be taught. Sometimes we have to learn. Sometimes we have to be taught by the Holy Spirit. Like, man, help me, Lord, in prayer.
And sometimes we make mistakes.
And we make mistakes all the time, you know?
Yeah.
But
you live, you learn to forgive, you learn to have mercy.
Yep.
You learn to see people the way that Jesus sees us. And that's the most important thing. Because if it was like, if I got struck down for everything I did wrong, I wouldn't be on here talking to y'all right now.
I'll be dead.
I would have been gone.
That's why I said people don't understand. That's the reason why you need Jesus. You're going to go through a lot of, ups and downs, trials and tribulations in your life, period. By yourself. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But once you get to the point where you sick and tired of being sick and tired and going around that mountain, and you like, I'm done. I am done. You got my attention. Because some guy has a way of getting your attention. He really does. And when he get a hold of you the right way, he'll put you on a roll call straight. That's what my grandma said. You need to be put on a roll call straight. Get off that crooked path and get on that straight path. And it comes a time in your life you do. I used to always think when I was younger, I was like, I want to be saved. I want to live a Christian life, but I want to live my life the way I want to live it. So
yeah, I never thought that.
I did, and I used to say I'll be saved when I get like 60 and 70, when it's over, when my life is over with.
That's the way I thought.
That's what I was thinking. Like, that's what I want to be. That's what I've been want to be saying. Out of ignorance, y'all, I used to say that. I'm like, yeah, that's when. But shoot, right now it's ain't no time to play.
No, I've been saved now for 24 years, something like that. Yeah, something like that. 24. Well, probably longer than that, but living the life for about 24 years.
And when we say living a life, we talking about being saved for that long. That's when you first said the Lord come into my heart. And you have that zeal.
Oh yeah.
Like you on fire. Then you have your ups and downs, your bump in the roads where you like, okay, you take a seat, you backslide, come back, backslide, come back to the point where you're like, okay, I'm done. The backsliding is done.
I think really I think for me it happens when you get saved really young or younger. More of that instability happens.
Yeah.
But like when you get saved later in your life, like 30s and 40s, like this is a real conscious decision that you made, and it's not like you're growing and learning and all that stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You're an adult.
It's almost time. Yeah, it's like I'm done playing these games, going back and forth, forth. You like, I'm done. I'm with this.
Right. I'm about this life.
Right now, we about this life.
Man, so much more than any time ever before in our lives.
We have really changed everything about us has changed, And it's like the Holy Spirit is taking a lot of stuff. He's trying to purge us and have us to be. He's been doing this for about a year and a half,
Yeah. It's been a process, and
it's been a process about a year.
I've enjoyed the process so much because inwardly I'm changing. You know what I mean?
We both are,
and it's been a great process.
Very good, and also it's been just an eye-opening, awakening as to the things that I should be careful. What you need to do. Like you kind of think about the things you should or should not do.
Right.
You really the Holy Spirit really be like, okay, don't do that. Don't say this. Or he'll bring something to your remembrance. Don't. You know what I'm saying?
Or like if I get ready to say something, and it's negative. And I'll remember. Oh, remember when you was doing the same thing?
Yeah,
that's what happens to me.
Yeah. Good job.
Quick to let me know on that one.
Quick.
You done took a pause, huh? Took a break.
I knew that was gonna be Max.
I'm maxing out here.
Well, you ate all day.
Right.
Your body needs the nutrients.
Need something. This is really good.
The ginger.
Anyway, y'all, so
the ginger.
We was watching this movie.
Oh yeah, y'all. So I don't want to tell y'all the name of the movie yet. Because I told them in the other video. But y'all gotta watch this movie. And I'm gonna tell y'all in the next couple of videos, I don't know what video it's gonna be, but I'm gonna tell y'all what movies I get y'all to watch. Now this movie we watched last night, This woman could not submit to man. It's like she had this power thing within her where she is like I'm in control of my life, and I'm a strong black woman, and I don't need no man, and you don't need no man for nothing, and this and that. I was like, wow. I mean, really putting a man down, made him feel like nothing, talking to him like he was a kid, and I was like, dang.
I think. Are
you okay? You full?
I'm good. This the thing. Men and women complement each other. Mm-hmm. They were made to complement each other, right? Call a woman to help me, whatever you want to say. The relationship should be complementary. And what I was telling her when we were watching this movie is that men and women have their strengths and weaknesses. And when you find the right one whose strengths and weaknesses are maybe opposite or complement your strengths and weaknesses, you got a great partnership. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because as a man or a woman, you can't be good at everything. You're going to need some help somewhere. And that's why you see in marriage, you see, one person's good at this, other person's good at that. And the key is the relationships that have figured out, hey, that person's better at that. Why don't you do that? Instead of, she's better at that, but I'm going to take it on because it's my responsibility. No. Mm-mm. Find your strengths, play to your strengths, and keep it moving. But in this movie, so yes, this lady was very, she was very strong-willed, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with. I prefer a strong woman. Mm-hmm. I prefer that because that's just how I am. That's how I was raised. My mom is strong, and so I've always wanted someone who was like that, who was strong and spoke her mind and all these other, had these ambitions and dreams and stuff. But this woman right here, there's a balance to it, man. Like, you can't just be like every guy. She had a lot of money. She was an attorney or something, and she would have these guys over there working for her, and she would literally be talking to them like they are the bottom of a dog's foot that stepped in some boo-boo. It was that bad. She was talking to them like that, and she finally ran up on a man that wasn't gonna let her treat him like that, and that she had some interest in.
Right, she fell in love. Basically,
she fell in love.
And when you fall in love, she was like, she was afraid, like, my mouth was gonna get me. So she started watching this. She started reading this. Oh, she watched the pastor talking about it, and she was reading this book that was also talking about it. Mm-hmm. It was almost like I was thinking about Kevin Samuels.
Oh, with some of the stuff he says?
With some of the stuff he said, I don't know if y'all know Kevin Samuels, but some of the stuff he said, it is true. That, with some of the stuff, I don't agree with it. But I do understand where he's coming from.
Y'all want to know what I think.
What do you think?
Listen, all I can say to that is go look at the comments. Go look at the men in the comments. That's
what did you think?
Go look at the men in the comments. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Go look at the men in the comments.
All the men in the comments like, yeah. Go.
This is about perspective. It's not about even right or wrong. It's about perspective. And when you listen to what he's saying, he is saying it from the male perspective. Are all men going to think the same way? No. There is a continuum, so to speak. And you're going to have some men who are down here on the continuum, and some that are way over here on the continuum, and somewhere in the middle, your man falls. And that's just what it is. And so what he's talking about is largely the views of men across the board. And I'm sure there are exceptions in many categories for each man. But when you look at them comments,
But for the most part, he's saying that a man wants to be respected, and that's true.
for sure, I don't listen to a lot of. I don't be watching them, so I don't
Right.
know exactly what he be saying. But I do.
I watch him.
I've seen when she was watching. I've seen a few of them, and I just listen to them because it's crazy. I mean, like, what is going on?
These women be want a high value man.
Why did you get on here to get the SmackDown? Now he's calmed down a little bit, you know, when it comes to like just how he says what he says. The
Sometimes
verbiage is the same, but it's just how he delivers it has changed a little bit.
Not that much.
I don't watch it. I've
you can
seen
say
a
when
few
he was-
softer ones. Is all I'm saying.
He'll be like, because I think sometimes the woman be trying to talk. He's like, don't talk over me. Don't talk over me. And I just be like, I think it's the delay of the video. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he understands that. They don't mean to talk over him. He asked him a question and then it start answering. And he said, whoa. He'd be like, don't talk over me. I'm like, okay, you asked her a question and she's trying to respond.
Oh.
It's stuff like that. But anyway, I do believe that a woman should be submissive to a man at a certain level.
Okay, we'll explain that.
Meaning, I feel that a man should have his meals cooked by a woman if she's not working.
Okay, I see what
you know what I'm saying? But if they both have two jobs that's highly demanding,
mm-hmm.
I feel that sometimes they should compromise. It should be a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Well, you know what? When we were working together, I always usually cook. I have to cook because the kids got to eat.
Right.
So I have to cook, but sometimes I do like crock pot meals. Or my husband's like, oh, baby, let's just order pizza. You know what I'm saying? Or let's just get something where we go take out so you don't have to cook.
Right.
That's how you have to do it because sometimes
I think it's a many factors that influence the cooking and the non-cooking in the family. One of which is when you're a younger couple with kids, you don't have a lot of money typically to be going out and taking them kids out to eat and all this other stuff. You don't have a lot of money for that, so therefore you have to cook. And I'm just gonna say, fellas, when you find a good woman, she gonna figure it out. She gonna figure out how to make meals out of nothing, out of them pantries. You be like, ain't nothing in here, and you come and you look, and there's something on the table. Something on the table. You don't know what it all is, but it's good.
You be like, that's good, and you find out a lot of stuff. You be like, man, that's a good meal. We could add on that to the list of menu on the menu. That's what
I think. I ain't into stereotypes and all that other stuff. I'm into what Nate feels is a good woman, and I don't say that for everybody else or every other man or whatever. Every man is specific to his own needs. And a woman is the same. I would never categorize women all as one thing or men as some monolithic, same perspective. I just don't do that. I can only tell you what I would like and what, she can tell you what she like. Everybody different.
Right. And the submissive is not only cooking, y'all. It's also being able to be led by that man. You know what I'm saying? In the household and being trusted in him enough to know that he's not going to lead you the wrong way, lead the family the wrong way. And that takes time too, because sometimes us as women, we can be very aggressive, very, very boisterous, very, very opinionated and everything. So my thing is, I'm the type of person, I like to voice my opinion. Well, I don't think this, if I feel there's something that he's telling me and I say, well, I don't think, if I have my opinion, I would let him know. But not in a way of disrespecting him and to the point where I'm just screaming and it's like, you know what? You blah, 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 just craziness and this and that. Because I'm like, I know that whatever he is telling me, either it was A, led by God, Holy Spirit had told him what he needed to do, or B, he feel that this is the right direction that the family needs to go in because he sees the bigger picture. Sometimes I can't see everything because he's controlling, he's over all the stuff. So I just like, okay, sometimes I do have my ways of saying like, baby, but then he had to explain to me. Or sometimes he'll come to me and say, you know what, baby, I listened to what you said. And yeah, you were right, So it goes both ways.
It's definitely a balance, and it's something you definitely have to learn. Over the years, I've learned to respect her opinion and her intuition.
Right.
Because those two things, she's generally right, and she has a great sense of discerning people's spirit. Mm-hmm. That's a gift of hers. She's just really good at that. And so I've learned to kind of take a step back, take a breath, right? Listen, understand, and then decide, okay, well, where can I take the advice that she's given and apply that in the bigger picture? Right. I may see other things that are going on, but that doesn't mean that the nuance that she spoke about isn't good for this one part of it. And maybe I need to rearrange some of the other pieces across the board to make everything fit. And that's what you got to do in relationships, is just, everything ain't always going to be, peachy keen. I'm a leader. She's a leader.
We both leaders.
We're both leaders. So
and y'all,
I'm a leader all the way.
We have been working together for a long time. We met at our jobs. Yeah. And so we worked together then. And then we did the daycare. And then we did, we basically been working
we've been working together for
a lot.
Years,
so
decades.
Sometimes when you're working together, you're going to have that pushback, or it adds stress to the marriage.
It definitely
really does. And it adds a strain to the marriage to the point where you like, man, it gets crazy. But let me just tell you something. When you are in a marriage, the number one thing that you come to a conclusion when you've been married for so long, that communication. I know people say, oh yeah, communication is so is so necessary in a relationship. I'm talking about communication very thorough communication. Let me just say that. Thorough communication, number one. Number two, forgiveness is a very big thing that you need to have in a marriage.
For sure.
If you can't have that, then you might as well hang it up. Because things are going to happen.
Right.
You're going to go through some things. Right. And both parties going to say things, do things that you cannot take back. And you're gonna
below the belt.
And gonna hit below the belt. And you're gonna be like, well, I remember, but can you forgive me?
That's a whole nother thing.
Can you forgive me?
Yeah.
Because you know what? I need help in this area. Or let's talk about this thing. And you, as a couple, when you decide and be on one accord and come together as one, say, you know what? Let's do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna let everything go or whatever. Forgive each other of anything that we've done, and then you go forward from that.
Right. No matter what it is. I mean, like if you that's why it's so important that when you are arguing or you're having a confrontation over anything, that you make sure that you keep it respectful.
Oh,
because
yeah.
You can't take back stuff. And as much as you think, oh well, that was in the moment, and you try to justify what you said in the moment, that doesn't work, because we're human by nature and we remember things.
We remember everything.
As much as you want to say, oh yeah, I forgive you, yeah, you do. But you remember.
Yeah, you bring it up. Remember you
up.
said this. Oh man, that happened like 8 years ago. What you mean? And then that person get offended, and then y'all back and forth saying what happened 10 years ago, when you cannot. I just feel that's when you look at it, really think about it, because we used to do it all the time. We was guilty of that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But we have grown past that. But I'm saying it gets to the point where you just be like, Dad, is it really that serious? You can bring in something that happened 8-10 years ago, and I can't even remember what I had on. I can't even remember what I had on yesterday or 2 days ago, let alone 10-12 years ago. Oh yeah, remember that? And sometimes your perspective of what happened and my perspective could be totally different. And like, okay, I don't remember it happening like that.
I'm gonna give y'all a case in point.
Start it all over, babe.
Case in point, Married at First Sight.
Oh.
I don't remember the couple, but the couple is the dark-skinned guy with the beard.
Oh yeah.
He's bald, I think. Got the beard. I don't know why I can't think of their names.
I can't never think of their names.
But then with the
lady.
The lady, yeah.
She's very
black
pretty.
Couple, y'all.
Yeah,
Black
it
couple.
was in two black couples.
It's two black couples,
yeah.
but that's why I mentioned dark skinned guy, because the other guy is lighter.
Yeah.
That's why I said that.
Okay.
He's the only one. They're both got that good caramel complexion. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they were all on a yacht, and they were having this discussion about. I think it was about being intimate or something like that, whether or not they've been intimate. And he started talking, and he said to her, he was talking to other people, but when he said what he was saying, he phrased it, and he looked at her and paused as if he was saying, "Right, baby?" And then when when he did that, she jumped in and started to finish what was being said, basically saying, yeah, we decided that we was going to blah, 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 blah. Whatever the conversation was, I don't remember the details. But fast forward like a couple days later, because you know that's not a long time on the show. A couple days later, he is heated.
That night, actually.
We don't know why.
Right.
But he is heated because he felt like she cut him off while he was trying to explain. And she was like, "No, I didn't cut you off. I don't feel like I cut you off." And, you know, they got to a point where it was just an agree to disagree, and there was really no resolution to the situation. And then when we got to, I think it wasn't a reunion, but it was
just sit down, talk when you.
Yeah, when they do like the B-roll where they talking about the scenes or something.
Right, or when Pastor came and they was together. And she was like, we had an incident where he was very disrespectful, got loud with me and everything, and told me I said this and I did not say that. And then they played the clip. They played the clip, y'all.
And I said, that's two different perspectives on exactly what happened. And when he sees that clip again, when he sees it during the reunion or whatever they say, he gonna be like, oh yeah, I can see where I took that wrong. Because it really was, they did do it.
Yes, they did.
They did it on one of them after party shows. Yeah. And he saw it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I can see where I took that wrong."
But you know
because
what?
she didn't. She gave.
I know that, but that happens a lot in marriages. I don't care.
And the cameras aren't around.
And the cameras ain't around. And then because sometimes I tell my husband, I'm gonna push my record, but where my phone so I put record you.
Trying to record somebody.
And then he'll say, let me record you right now, because I know, and sometimes that happens because you know that. Man, do you know how many times we have probably said something or did something, you have a disagreement and you based on something that you did not really hear.
Didn't hear. Thought you heard
it because you look at that. It's all in your mind.
And you know what? There's a lot going on in your mind. And any given moment, you thinking about 1,500 different things, and you thought you heard what you heard, but you really didn't hear that.
But
you thought you said what you said, but you really didn't say it. And this is what happens. I think this happens all the time with some people. You have a conversation going on in your head, right? And in your head, you have all this information going, and you speak a fraction of it. And you expect that the person who heard a fraction is supposed to know all the details that were going on in your head, when in reality, they have no clue what you are even talking about. Because guess what? You had this whole conversation in your head before you spoke them two little syllables that they're supposed to glean from and know everything that's going on in your head. It don't work like that.
That's because sometimes that person be thinking about past things and things that, you mad and you upset and you up there thinking about something that person did a year ago, and you was like, well, this is just like that situation, so I'm gonna respond.
Those
like
are
this.
unresolved
and you be
issues.
like, what is you talking about? Like, what is going on in your head?
Exactly.
And then sometimes, y'all, it could be like a person's under stress, they hungry, they ain't got enough sleep. So many times. So many times they like taking it out on you, and you're like, what did I do? What are you talking about? Why are you taking it there? It ain't even like that. It's like, man, it's many.
Not even that serious.
Right. It is so many things in marriage that you go through, and you just be like, ugh.
Listen, Paul said, I want to spare you the extra problems that come with marriage. That's what he said. Spare you the extra problems that come with marriage, because Marriage does come with a lot of obstacles for you to overcome, and they continue as you grow older because who was that? Somebody said when you get married once, you married 10 people.
It's the truth.
Because like every so often people are changing into new people. Like and so you still married to the same person, but they have changed so much over 20, 30, 40 years that like the person you married is a different person. And that is to be understood.
But you know what? It's like you have to try to adapt to that. There's so many, that's why so many marriages today just fail because one, they ain't got God governing their relationship.
Right.
B, they have no respect for each other. C, they ain't trying to forgive each other. And D, they like, okay, I'm not even thinking about you. They literally disconnect. Where one is one in one bedroom, the other one is another bedroom. All communication is not even, it's out off the table.
Right.
So it's like that. But if you have more marriages, you're gonna go through stuff in your marriage. But if you just say, you know what, we are going to make this work. And once you get together and finally have that discussion, like we're going to make this work, when putting God in your life and not letting him ever become not that, that
third chord.
That third chord, when you let him not be the third chord, man, it's going to be rough. Because marriage is rough anyway, but I feel that the older you get, and the more mature you get, I think, in a marriage, because I think that me and you, we overpass a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff don't bother us.
Yeah.
With each other, because we already know, okay, you gonna be.
You get to a point where, you just like, okay, well, this is what's gonna be. I'm not leaving you. You're not leaving me. So
Right.
So at some point, it's like, I probably shouldn't even just get. You know what? That comes with time anyway. You get to a point where like. I'm gonna let that bother me. I ain't gonna spend up all my energy and time knowing we're gonna be talking in 20 minutes anyway. So why would I fill my head with all that stuff? Because it's not working.
And it's just stuff
you
like
learn that stuff.
Back in the day, like when you first get married, you blur everything out to come to your mind.
Words.
And words, right? You just vomit all the words out. And you don't understand. You cannot take that stuff back. So, but as you get mature in your marriage, and if you marry your soulmate, and you like, okay, this, that, and you guys come to the point where you like, okay, let's get it together, eye to eye, and we really got to the point where you like, okay, this is what's going on, that's what's going on, and you get it together, and you doing this before God, I'm telling y'all, it will work. It will work. And not only that, things won't bother you. Like, we literally can be around each other all day, every day. And we do. We be around each other every day, all day. When I tell you, if he going to the store or something, I'm going with him. Or he going, I'm going to the store. It's like we go everywhere together, and we be together all the time. And I know some people say, well, that's not healthy. But that works for us.
That's been our relationship for decades.
It works. Yeah, it works for us. But what we do is, like, we have grown as you get older, like, especially when the kids are gone.
House.
When the kids are gone, it's like we didn't get closer, because it's like, we all each other got. That's all we do. We be with each other.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like we ain't always doing other things. Like I'm working in the office.
Oh well, yeah, we're working, but we're in the same house. Y'all know what I'm saying.
We're in the same house.
We're in the same house, but when we're working. We constantly communicating because he has to let me know what brand deals, sponsorships you need to get this done. And put that on the calendar. What are you doing today? Oh, I'm saying I'm doing this today. Blah blah blah. It's going back and forth. So it is that type of dialogue. But also we also have a lot of times. Oh, I'm hungry, and I try to make sure things are get done or whatever. But yeah, y'all, it's a lot. But like I said, when you find your soulmate, it's easier. But if you're not with your soulmate, I know it can be a little bit more rougher.
I don't even know how. It's not like this is the first relationship I've been in or the first relationship she's been in. So I think you hit the nail on the head when you talk about soulmate. I just don't know how you find it. Because I don't know what I did. I can't go. I was 19. I was 19, y'all. So I don't really know. Except for I looked I didn't do anything special when it came to like, oh, I had all this list of things. I think, at 19, you don't have a long list. At 30, you listen, your list is longer. Like you want more than just looks and body when you 30. You want a deeper relationship. You want a sense of who they are and where they're going and all these. You ain't got all that when you're 19. So you just kind of like looking, oh, they look nice. And I think that, so from that perspective, I can't really say, okay, well, you checked off every box that I had. I had no boxes except for very superficial boxes.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not understanding what the whole thing was going to be about. And so I, by the grace of God, was gifted with this woman. And that's how I feel about it. And I'm grateful to him, because the Bible says man finds a wife finds a good thing, obtains favor from the Lord, and I've truly obtained favor from the Lord, and with all of this it's just been phenomenal. But I can't go back and say, well, I'm responsible, I did this, I picked this. No, the Lord just kind of put us together, and it was really a happenstance thing. Like, we weren't working in the same factory at the same time at all, nothing. That it was just one of those things where I ended up signing up for overtime, and it was actually on her shift, and she ended up signing up for overtime, and we just ended up in the same place at the same time momentarily. Right. And that moment was enough to click.
Yep.
And that's just how it is. So if you find yourself in a situation where it just clicks, you should think about it.
It works. And even when you do find your soulmate and things click, you still gonna, let me say something. When you find your soulmate and you are a couple that believes in the same type of ministry, like God, and everything, the enemy is going to be at you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And he is going to attack your marriage. So don't even once think that, no, it's going to be some attacks.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But if it's going to take the maturity of it's going to take a lot of God, God help us. Help us, Lord.
Yeah, because you know what? The thing about it is, like, you might meet your soulmate.
Yep.
You might meet them. You might get together with them. But the reality is that while you have already met, which is great, fantastic, good for you, you're not in the place where you need to be married when that happens all the time. So sometimes the maturity has to catch up with the marriage vows that you've already taken.
That's true.
And because you haven't allowed those things to catch up, the bumps in the road are super rocky in the beginning.
Super rocky.
Because, you got two immature people just spewing whatever comes out of their mouth.
And
like
saying whatever. Yeah.
Saying whatever.
And you doing whatever. No respect. Like, I didn't know nothing about no submissive. What you mean submissive to a man? What you mean? I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know none of that stuff. I'd never been a wife. He never been a husband.
For sure.
Never been a father. It was like so...
I remember saying, what did I get myself into?
Right. He like, why y'all didn't tell me marriage was like this? That's what he was saying. Why you didn't tell me marriage like this? And it's got to the point where I'm like, well, you know what? If you don't think that, then I'm going to say, I'm gone. I'm leaving. And then when I come back, he like, oh, well, I love you. I want to be with you. And it was like, it's so much you go through. Man. And I think people don't understand. But you know what? It is so rewarding when you go through it with somebody that has a heart of gold.
Yeah, for sure.
That their intentions are not, their intentions are not impure. They like, their intentions are good. They have a good heart. They may make mistakes. They may do things that they shouldn't do because they allow the enemy to creep in. However, that their heart is golden, and what you have is a diamond in the rough. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know that at the end of the day, this person is it, and they are going to stick with you through thick and thin no matter what, and they're going to have your back like no other. Yeah. So when you find that, you best to stay, because I'm telling you, these days,
it's hard out here.
It's hard out here to get you a person that's going to respect you, going to love you, and just be with you, ride or die, to the end. Like, okay, I don't care what it is. I don't care if this happened, that happened. I'll change your diaper.
See, I ain't never trying to get there, though.
Didn't nobody tell you?
I appreciate your volunteering to do so, but Man, I'm gonna be working out every single day, so that never happens.
I'm just saying, baby, if that can happen. Because sometimes situations happen where people stuff happens. You know, if they get in a car accident, some things happen that, I'm not saying that to him, that it's going to happen to him. But I'm just saying that if anything happen, I'm taking care of him. I'm not putting him in no home. Or vice versa, I wish he'd take care of me. Hope that he'll take care of me and not
I'm
put me in
out
the
here
home.
like the Notebook.
Whatever.
Like Notebook, for real.
Whatever.
For real,
At any rate.
But y'all, that's you know, we came on here and was like, you know what we gonna talk about?
I said, let's shoot from the hip. He said, we didn't know what we was gonna talk about. Because we didn't think about it, but we thought about that movie. I thought about that movie we watched yesterday, so I said, well, let's talk about that. But that's why we was like, let's just shoot from the hip.
Totally different. But you know what?
That's what happens.
That is what happens. And so hopefully somebody got something out of all of that. And you realize that relationships are not perfect, but you got to fight. You got to put your gloves on, and you got to put your big boy, your big girl pants on, and you definitely, like she said, got to put your pride away, and you got to be vulnerable with each other, because you're gonna make mistakes, and you're gonna go through the ups and downs that occur in marriage. And really it's the way that you deal with it. It's the way that you come through those things together. Yeah. Together. And I think the only way to do that, and the only way to keep from having just such a rocky, time, is to be very good at being intimate with God together.
That's it.
Together. Not off by yourself, individually, but being intimate with God together. God just syncs your spirit together, and it's like a one mind. It's so much heart. Easier. Yeah, it's so much easier. Like it took 20 years to figure this out. But yeah, like it's just so much easier.
It does, man. Y'all don't understand. It's like, and then, because me and my husband have had times in our marriage where we were like, we fasting together, we praying together, and then you go through a season that you just don't do it, and you just be like, okay, and you can tell the shift. You definitely can. The shift is there. And then you can tell us the stress in the marriage, the attitudes, the arguments, and stuff like that. You be like, what? Yep. Something ain't right. Something's going on, and then you finally to the point where you like, you know what? One or two. Separately, not together. Right. We'll cry out to the Lord. Right. What was going on? We need some help. Right. That's what happens. What happens. But first you do it separately. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, separately. Separately. You crying out to God like, Lord, I just want this to be right. I don't know. And I'm doing this and I'm doing that. You just want it to be done. You cry out to God, and then all of a sudden you get to the point where you like, duh, pop upside the head, slap upside the head. Like, you can't do this without me. That's really what it boils down to. You cannot do this without God. It boils down to that. Together, when we pray together, we're stronger. We're getting stronger. And it's like, can't nothing separate us from this now. You know what I'm saying? It's like we lock tight. And it's like you read your word, you faithful with your word, and we discuss our Bible. This morning we discussing Revelations. That's what we've been studying together, and we'll talk about it, what his feelings is about it, what my thoughts are about it. And so you get to the point where you just like, that's your time of, that's a bonding time, that bonding moment with God. That's what it is. You, me, and he. Yeah. We just heard that song the other day. But yeah, that's really what it is. And you know what? It's such a good time though too. It's such a good time because I don't know. Like I said, I know y'all gonna hit me with the, so many divorces in the Christian, Christian marriages, all this stuff. But I'm gonna tell you like this. That has nothing to do with God, and it has nothing to do with the word. It has everything to do with human beings and improper application many times, and really intimacy with God. Yeah. Because I can say, I know God, and I can say I know the word, but if I ain't intimate with God, I don't have a relationship, I'm not accountable to him. That accountability and intimacy that I have with him is what makes my heart soft and merciful towards everybody, not just your spouse, but towards everybody. That's what
That's what God does. He just changes you from the inside out.
He changes every
You could be
heart.
a rough guy. You could be out here. You could be doing all. Listen, when God gets you, listen, he'll break you. He will break you in a good way.
Yes, he will.
And that dictates the rest of your life and every relationship that you go into. And it also, well, listen, when you know God, when you really know God, you ain't gonna be out here saying whatever you want to say.
Or
and
doing
whatever you want to do. You're not gonna be doing all that.
You ain't. You gonna be like, ain't no way. You
gonna stand before God for that stuff.
Fear to do anything. You would fear God. You would be like, man, I'm not doing that. I'm not like I could not do such a sin towards with God in your life. He will literally
Gotta sit you down.
Yes, he will.
Man, he'll sit you down.
You'll be like, danger.
Listen, he chastises those he loves. He will sit you down.
That is so true. And you're gonna go through some stuff. You're gonna have many nights of crying.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, God, help me, Lord Jesus, help me. But he will help you. He loves
that vulnerability and humility too.
He loves it because he knows that that's a cry from the heart.
Yes.
This is not no lip service. It's a cry from the heart.
And he said a broken and a contrite spirit.
Yeah.
He's not gonna turn away. He's not gonna turn from that. He's not gonna despise that. He's gonna receive you. You are accepted in the beloved, just the way you are.
Always.
But he gonna be working on you. You under construction. We all need a little tweak here and there. Some of us need chisels and hammers.
Because people's pride is so much out there that they don't know how to. You can't say you sorry. You can't say, oh no, I'm not. It's like a lot of people. I hear so many people, and it's just I'm so happy that you have a forgiving spirit.
Oh yeah.
And I'm happy I have that too. And my children are that way.
Yeah.
Our children, because I have known people that said, I hate that person. I could never forgive them.
I never hate them.
But I know that, but I'm just saying there's people out there that's like that. That will say, I hate that person. I would never talk to them again.
I see people
and
do
I would
that.
never forgive them. I'd be like, wow. It's like they would never forgive a person. Never. Once you do something to them, it's done. Over.
There are people that do that. They hold grudges for years, decades. And I think about those situations. I see those people on TV and they say, oh, I'll never forget it. I'll just be thinking to myself, you're in a bad place in your life. You don't even know it.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't even know it because that thing that you're holding against somebody is eating you on the inside.
And it will make you sick.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
that
like eating you on the inside.
That'll give you cancer.
That stuff's
eating you up. It will give you all types of stuff.
Let that stuff go.
And if you don't realize when you start letting stuff go and forgiving people, you'll start feeling better. Ooh. Sicknesses will leave, disease will leave your body. You will start to have a whole
recovery,
another life. Mm-hmm. Like blessings after blessings after blessings. But when you hold on to grudges and you can't forgive people, and sometimes you can forgive people and not really have them in your life and just say, Lord, I forgive that person. But I just have to be having a distance, love that person from afar off.
Right.
Not coming, but I still, Lord, I don't have no grudges against that person. And you forgive that person in your heart, but you don't have to have an ongoing relationship with that person. You just keep that person in prayer and wish them the best. That's all you do.
Forgive them,
but don't think that you got to forgive and just say, oh, they got to be in my life, because if I don't be in my life, then it means I ain't forgive them. No, that's not true.
Right.
So you just have to be that way, because I'm telling you, y'all, some people pride and some people's ways, and this is why a lot of marriages don't work out, because neither one of the people are ready to let go down their pride. Neither one of the people are ready to communicate or put everything on the table, or neither one is ready to forgive or have God in the midst. So
yeah, and that really becomes the bottom line. Is like if you can't get over a bump that has happened in your relationship, and let it go, and you continue to drag it out 3, 4, 5 years, you still talking about the same thing, you probably not gonna work out. Now, I say probably because with God all things are possible. Yeah. Trust me, you can go to God and he'll help you to get you straight, but don't put it on the other person, because the other person may have made a mistake, but it's you that holds it and it's you that brings it up. And if you don't get through that with his help, you gonna find yourself. Or listen, some people, not everybody's Christian. I understand that.
Yeah.
Really.
Right.
You seek help somewhere. Go get you some counseling. Go talk to somebody.
Right.
Go talk to somebody about the issues that you have until you get free of those issues. My personal thing is like, best person I can talk to is him. He's the only one can answer me. And that's no dig on counselors and all that stuff. They have great information, and they can, if you utilize what they say, you can help yourself. You can do some self-care. You can do some self-healing.
Yeah.
But I'm just one touch. One touch and I can be good. I'm not trying to spend a lot of time.
This man.
One touch. No, but that's it, y'all. That's it.
Yes, y'all. So, and like I said, everybody don't know how to be submissive, but it's easy to be submissive to a man that respects you. Vice versa, it's easy for a man to be able to respect that woman without being harsh with her or treating her, with disrespect. If she is more loving and more thoughtful and more throughout the day, like, let me get your towel. Like, if he finished working out, I put a towel out for him.
I love that.
And just said, you know what? Here's a towel, baby, a drying towel for you to have yourself in his little shower cap. So when he's ready, he's already done. I'll come downstairs. Either doing a protein shake or having some food for him, because I already know he needs to eat. And so your mind gets to the point where you're here to serve. And it's not only serving like, okay, I'm going to serve this man because I know he's going to give me something. It's not that. I'm serving him, but I'm also serving the man of God. I'm also serving. God is looking at everything I do.
That's so true.
Everything I do. And so I'm held accountable to God first.
I love that because in relationships, I don't know, we got a whole lot of time, but in relationship, this is what happens. We are quick to blame other people for what they have done, for the actions that they've taken, or for what they have said.
I've done
please,
that in my life.
Please
I
take a moment and be responsible and accountable for yourself.
Yep.
And for what you said and for what you've done, and leave it at that, and go take that to the Lord, and go take that to the counselor, and go get that straightened out. And then they can go and do the same thing. And maybe when y'all get to a place where y'all got yourselves straightened out, you can come back, have a conversation, and get it together. But what happens is people are blaming other people, and it's all this, everything is the other person's fault, and nothing is your fault. Never your fault, always their fault. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not right. You at fault for something, period. Two people get into an accident, and the light was whatever. Sometimes both people get a ticket. At some point, it's both people's fault. There are times when it's not the other person's fault. It's, no matter what, that person made a decision to do whatever or say whatever, and that's their fault. But
sometimes you still can't be too big to say I'm sorry, because you could be the person that's not at fault. But if you come say, you know what, I'm so sorry, even though it's not your fault.
Sorry, you felt that way.
Or whatever. Do you know how long that goes? How far that goes? If you do that to with the person. Sorry goes a long way when you sincere about it. You know what I'm saying? You really, really trying to change and be a better person.
And I would just say that follow that sorry up with a plan of action or a plan of deterrence, right? If there's something you did you weren't supposed to do, make sure you don't ever do that again. And if it's something that you didn't do that you were supposed to do, listen, get yourself some reminders. Use this technology you got. Put it on a calendar. Do something to make sure that you remember. And then, hey, it ain't easy, but try again. Try again.
Try again.
I'm out here with this kombucha.
Cat got that kombucha. Got that kombucha.
And energy. Lots of it. Ain't feeling no sleep. No nothing. I got a lot of work to do.
You can do dishes. Oh yeah, that's another thing.
I do all that, yeah.
He does the dishes, y'all.
Yeah.
Now tell me that ain't no teamwork make the dream work. So he knows to do a lot of cooking because of doing this vegan thing. You do a lot of cooking and prepping and stuff like that. So he does the dishes for me, put the food up and everything. So we got the same thing going on. Took some years to get to this point.
Facts.
Took some years, y'all.
Facts.
But it's happening. It's happening.
It's happening.
But anyways, we love y'all. We finna let y'all go. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We had no idea what we was gonna talk about, but Lord, thank you, Holy Spirit.
Man, it's out here now.
It's out here.
It's out here for y'all to view and chop it up.
And what we saying, y'all, we are not no experts.
For sure.
We just saying what we just talking about
we know
us.
because we know what we know
About
through
us.
a lot of things in us.
Yes,
you know,
in
our
us.
relationship and just
Because we can't tell y'all what y'all gonna go do. We
sure.
just know that we just share some things with y'all from us. But we love y'all. And remember to always keep God first in everything that you do. I promise you, the days will get better